I'm doing my best. I've got some good trainers here at Numech Equestrian Centre. Oh! We're still working on the stop. We're still working on the stop. All right, I'm now joined by Vanessa Honey from Numech. How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. How long have you been riding for?
Oh, about 20 years, I would say, since I was 9.
You were phenomenal. Vanessa is the one that we were watching run around the ring. You were cantering, right?
Right.
And then jumping your horse?
Mm-hmm.
What are these jumps called?
The purple is a double rail vertical, and the blue is an oxer.
Okay. What do you love about horseback riding?
So much, but mostly the horses and my students.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They what make it worth coming to work every day. Yeah.
Do you have to relate to your horse to be
Absolutely.
as an accomplished of a rider as you are?
Yeah, there's a major bond between you and the horses. Absolutely. There's a lot of trust between horse and rider.
Well, and the folks at home wouldn't have seen it, but when we got off camera earlier, after Vanessa successfully landed, I don't even know how many jumps, she just kept going and going. There was a little moment there between you and your horse where you were just congratulating him.
Yeah.
Because it's a big deal. What he was doing, you make it look easy, but that's tough, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. For the horses, they have to trust that you're going to get them to a distance that's optimal for them to jump the jump well. And even if you don't, as long as you support and the horse trusts you're going to be there for them, it's usually ends up working out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll get you to show us an example in a second.
Sure.
But in terms of training, where do you start with both the horse and riders?
For me, when I get a student, I like to match them, just like we matched you on my student Mackenzie's horse, Raz, here. Mostly I like to make good matches between horse and rider, and then you work on the rider's position, their confidence with the horse, and you move through the progression. Yeah.
And then if you wanted to work your way up to doing jumps, I mean, not on the level that you are, but even to begin, what's the first step?
Flat work, walk, trot, canter, you know, getting the horse and rider to move together, and just building their confidence before you start with poles and cross rails, and you just move up as they're ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll let you go off and show us maybe some examples of some jumps. Do you want us to kind of tuck into the corner
Sure,
here?
yeah.
All right, and we'll see if we can get Mel to kind of walk us through what you're doing. What a nice horse I have today. Oh my gosh, Raz has been phenomenal. Hey Mel, what's going on?
Not much.
All right, what's your horse's name again?
Mackenzie.
What kind of horse is she?
She's a Canadian sport horse.
Yeah.
So she's a warm blood.
She's lovely. Okay, so we're watching Vanessa here get into a bit of a canter. So what are some important things that she needs to keep in mind when she's approaching a jump?
So the most important thing is rhythm and straightness. So she needs to make sure that she has a quality canter where he has enough power and enough speed to get across the fences. And then I think she might have touched on how she needs to find a proper distance. So as you're cantering up to the jump, you want to make sure that you find a spot for them to take off that allows them to jump with their best technique. If you get too close, they don't have enough time in order to get their legs out of the way. If you get too far away, then they have to really reach in order to get there. You have to worry about them taking the jump down with their back feet.
Okay.
So as she's cantering around, she's making sure that the balance is there.
Wow.
The rhythm, yes, it's very pretty.
Now, does the rider prompt the horse to jump over the poles?
A little bit. Most of them understand it. Like, he's well trained, so he understands that he should get to the other side. But a little bit of leg off the base, a little bit of a squeeze to make sure that all 4 feet leave when you want them to is always a good thing.
Okay, so she's squeezing with her legs a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure sometimes. Not always, but just if you think that maybe it's not the optimal spot, that's when you want to sort of encourage them a little bit more with your legs.
Okay, and now we've talked about a number of different types of jumps. Do you need to approach different jumps in a certain way?
A little bit. The bigger the jump, the more speed you need a little bit. You need a little bit better of a canter. The verticals, you can have a little bit more of a gap to. The oxers, you wouldn't want, the oxers are the spread jumps, so you wouldn't want to find a long distance where you're taking off from far away when you already have to jump the width of an oxer.
Right.
So yeah, you have to be very careful to make sure that you get to the right spot, especially as the jumps go up.
Some really great trainers here at Numech. You can head to the website to look at all of the information. Before the end of the morning, we're actually going to head outside and take a look at the 6 brand new sand rings, right?
Yes.
Sand rings. All right, now, still, I can't get over how good Vanessa is.